Happiness Within, a guide to finding joy, resilience, and purpose in every moment. Introduction: the path to happiness. Happiness is something we all seek, but it often feels elusive, especially during life's toughest moments. Whether you're facing personal challenges, struggling with stress, or feeling disconnected from your true self, the path to happiness can seem unclear. But here's the truth. Happiness isn't a distant destination. It's something you can cultivate right here, right now. In this book, we'll explore how to find joy and contentment, even when life feels overwhelming. We'll dive into the power of positive thinking, the importance of gratitude, and how to develop resilience to face difficulties with strength and optimism. You'll learn how self-care, meaningful relationships, and living with purpose can enhance your happiness. This isn't about temporary fixes or surface-level joy. It's about developing a mindset and lifestyle that allows you to experience true fulfillment, even in the most challenging moments. Life will always present obstacles, but with the tools and strategies you'll discover here, you'll have the ability to stay grounded, embrace your inner peace, and ultimately thrive. So let's begin this journey toward lasting happiness. Because no matter where you are or what you're going through, happiness is within your reach. Chapter 1. Understanding Happiness. Happiness is often thought of as a destination, something we'll reach once we achieve specific goals or obtain material possessions. But true happiness is not something that can be bought or reached through external accomplishments alone. It is a state of being, a way of living that comes from within. Understanding happiness starts with realizing that it's not just about momentary pleasures or fleeting satisfaction. It's a deeper, more enduring sense of contentment that comes when we align our thoughts, actions, and attitudes with what truly matters to us. True happiness is found in the internal, not the external. It's rooted in how we perceive the world and ourselves. Often, people chase after external things, like wealth, success, or approval from others, believing they'll bring happiness. But these are often temporary sources of joy that fade away once the novelty wears off. External sources of happiness are unreliable and fleeting, but the happiness that comes from within is lasting and deeply satisfying. To understand happiness, we need to shift our perspective from chasing things outside ourselves to cultivating an internal sense of peace, gratitude, and contentment. This inner happiness is shaped by our mindset, our beliefs, and our emotional responses to life's circumstances. One of the most important factors in understanding happiness is realizing that it's not about perfect circumstances or a flawless life. In fact, happiness doesn't require perfection. Life is filled with challenges, setbacks, and imperfections. But how we respond to them defines our happiness. A person with a positive mindset can find joy in the simplest of things, even in the face of adversity. Happiness is about how we choose to react to the circumstances life presents. It's about embracing life's ups and downs, learning from them, and finding the silver lining. One key to lasting happiness is gratitude. When we focus on what we have rather than what we lack, we shift our focus from scarcity to abundance. Practicing gratitude allows us to see the good in our lives, no matter how small or insignificant it may seem. Gratitude helps us to appreciate the present moment and recognize that happiness is not something that lies in the future, but something we can experience right now with what we already have. Additionally, true happiness comes when we live in alignment with our values and purpose. When we are connected to what truly matters to us, happiness becomes a natural byproduct. Living authentically, in accordance with our passions and values, provides us with a sense of fulfillment that no external achievement can replicate. When we pursue goals that are meaningful to us, we find a deeper sense of satisfaction than when we chase after things we think will bring happiness, but ultimately leave us empty. In essence, understanding happiness means recognizing that it's not something to be sought outside of ourselves, but something we can cultivate from within. It's about changing our mindset, being grateful for what we have, and living in alignment with our values and purpose. As we delve further into this journey, we will explore practical ways to develop a mindset that fosters lasting happiness, regardless of life's challenges. Chapter 2. The Power of Positive Thinking. Positive thinking is often hailed as one of the most powerful tools for creating a happier, more fulfilling life. It's more than just looking at the bright side of things. It's about intentionally shifting your mindset to focus on the possibilities, growth, and potential in every situation. Positive thinking is a choice, a habit, and a practice that, when cultivated, can transform not only how you view the world, but how you engage with it. By training your mind to adopt a more positive outlook, you can reduce stress, improve your relationships, and increase your overall sense of happiness and well-being. At its core, positive thinking is about reframing negative thoughts. Life isn't always perfect, and we can't control every circumstance, but we do have control over how we respond to them. Our thoughts have a profound impact on how we feel, and in turn, how we act. When we dwell on negativity, we often attract more negative experiences. However, when we focus on the positive aspects of a situation, we create an environment in which joy and growth can flourish. This shift in thinking allows us to see opportunities rather than obstacles, solutions rather than problems, and progress rather than setbacks. It's not about ignoring the difficulties or pretending that everything is always fine. It's about choosing to look at challenges as opportunities for growth and transformation. The power of positive thinking lies in its ability to shape our reality. Our thoughts create our emotions, and our emotions influence our actions. When we think positively, we feel more confident, motivated, and empowered. Positive thoughts energize us, making it easier to take action and pursue our goals. When we believe that good things are possible and that we are capable of handling whatever life throws our way, we are more likely to take proactive steps toward creating the life we desire. On the other hand, negative thoughts can leave us feeling stuck, overwhelmed, and defeated. By consistently choosing positive thoughts, we can shift our mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility and abundance. One of the most powerful aspects of positive thinking is its ability to influence our emotional and physical well-being. Studies have shown that people who practice positive thinking experience lower levels of stress, improved immune function, and better cardiovascular health. When we are stressed, anxious, or negative, our body responds by releasing stress hormones like cortisol, which can contribute to a variety of health problems. Positive thinking, on the other hand, helps to lower stress levels and promotes relaxation, which in turn supports overall health and wellness. By adopting a positive mindset, we not only improve our mental state, but also create a healthier body and a more balanced life. Positive thinking also plays a key role in building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to keep going in the face of challenges, and to adapt to difficult situations. People who practice positive thinking tend to be more resilient because they view setbacks as temporary and solvable, rather than as insurmountable obstacles. They have a greater belief in their ability to overcome challenges and this belief empowers them to keep moving forward. In times of difficulty, resilient individuals are able to find hope and meaning in even the most challenging circumstances. This ability to maintain hope and optimism in the face of adversity is a critical aspect of lasting happiness, as it allows us to navigate life's inevitable challenges without losing our sense of joy and purpose. It's important to note that positive thinking is not about denying or suppressing negative emotions. It's natural to feel sad, frustrated, or anxious at times, and these emotions are valid and important. Positive thinking doesn't mean ignoring these feelings or pretending that everything is okay when it's not. Instead, it's about acknowledging negative emotions, accepting them, and then choosing to shift your focus toward the positive aspects of the situation. For example, if you're going through a difficult time at work, instead of ruminating on the stress and negativity, you might choose to focus on what you're learning from the experience or how you're growing through the challenge. This approach helps to break the cycle of negativity and allows us to maintain a sense of perspective and control, even in tough situations. Another important aspect of positive thinking is the power of self-talk. The way we talk to ourselves has a huge impact on our mental and emotional state. If we constantly criticize ourselves or focus on our flaws and mistakes, we reinforce negative beliefs about ourselves, which can lead to feelings of low self-worth and unhappiness. On the other hand, when we practice self-compassion and speak kindly to ourselves, we cultivate a sense of self-acceptance and confidence. Positive self-talk helps us to believe in our abilities, recognize our strengths, and take action toward our goals. It's important to remember that we are our own biggest advocates, and the way we speak to ourselves can either empower us or hold us back. To cultivate positive thinking, it's essential to practice mindfulness and self-awareness. By becoming more aware of our thoughts, we can identify negative patterns and consciously choose to replace them with positive ones. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, journaling, or simply taking time to reflect on our thoughts, can help us become more attuned to our inner dialogue and more intentional about the thoughts we allow to shape our reality. One simple practice is to ask yourself, is this thought helping me or hindering me? If the thought is negative or limiting, you can replace it with a more positive and empowering one. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never be able to do this," you can reframe it by saying, "This is challenging, but I'm capable of learning and improving." Gratitude is another powerful tool that can enhance positive thinking. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we shift our attention away from what's wrong or lacking in our lives and bring our focus to what is good. Gratitude helps us to appreciate the present moment and see the abundance around us. By regularly practicing gratitude, whether through a daily journaling practice or simply pausing to reflect on the things you're thankful for, you can increase your sense of happiness and positivity. Research has shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience higher levels of happiness and life satisfaction. In conclusion, positive thinking is a transformative tool that can dramatically improve our lives. It's not about ignoring the challenges we face or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on the possibilities, growth, and opportunities in every situation. Positive thinking empowers us to take control of our mindset, which in turn influences our emotions, actions, and experiences. By embracing positive thinking, we can reduce stress, improve our health, build resilience, and, most importantly, cultivate lasting happiness. Chapter 3. Finding Gratitude in Difficult Situations. Gratitude is often seen as a simple concept, a feeling of thankfulness for the good things in life. But in reality, gratitude is much more than just a surface-level emotion. It is a powerful mindset, a transformative way of seeing the world, and an essential tool for finding happiness, especially in difficult situations. While it may seem challenging to be grateful when life feels hard, the practice of gratitude has the potential to radically shift our perspective and, in turn, our experience of life. It helps us to reframe our challenges, find meaning in adversity, and uncover sources of joy and peace, even when everything around us seems uncertain. At its core, gratitude is about focusing on what we have rather than what we lack. In times of struggle, it can be easy to get caught up in what isn't going well, the problems, disappointments, and obstacles we face. But when we make a conscious effort to focus on the things we're grateful for, even in the midst of hardship, we begin to shift our focus away from scarcity and towards abundance. Instead of dwelling on what's missing, we start to appreciate what is already present in our lives. This shift in focus has a profound impact on our mental and emotional state, helping us to feel more hopeful, connected, and at peace, even in difficult times. Gratitude isn't about denying the challenges we face or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the complexity of life, the ups and downs, the joys and sorrows, and choosing to find value and meaning in all of it. It's about acknowledging the hardships, but also recognizing the opportunities for growth, learning, and resilience that they bring. For example, when we experience failure or disappointment, gratitude allows us to look beyond the immediate pain and find the lessons and strengths that can emerge from such experiences. Instead of feeling defeated, we can choose to see the situation as an opportunity for personal growth, a chance to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. One of the most powerful aspects of gratitude is its ability to change our perception of our circumstances. When we focus on the positive aspects of a situation, we begin to see it in a new light. For instance, if you're going through a difficult time at work, you might initially feel frustrated, overwhelmed, or discouraged. However, by practicing gratitude, you can shift your attention to the lessons you're learning, the skills you're developing, and the opportunities for improvement that arise from the challenge. Gratitude helps us to see beyond the difficulties and find the silver linings, even when they're hard to spot. This shift in perception is not only empowering, but also liberating. It allows us to stop feeling like victims of our circumstances and instead take control of how we respond to them. One way to begin cultivating gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. This simple practice involves writing down a few things you're grateful for each day. At first, this may seem challenging, especially if you're feeling down or overwhelmed, but with time, you'll begin to notice that there are always things to be grateful for, even in the most difficult situations. The act of writing down your gratitude helps to reinforce the habit of noticing the positive aspects of your life, and it trains your mind to seek out the good rather than the bad. Over time, this practice can rewire your brain to focus more on abundance and less on lack, which can significantly enhance your overall sense of happiness and well-being. It's important to remember that gratitude doesn't just help us appreciate the good things in life, it also helps us cope with the bad. In times of hardship, gratitude can serve as a powerful antidote to feelings of despair, hopelessness, or frustration. When we are facing difficult circumstances, it's easy to get stuck in a negative thought spiral where we focus only on what's wrong. However, by practicing gratitude, we create space for positive emotions and thoughts to emerge. Even in the most challenging times, we can find things to be grateful for, whether it's the support of a loved one, the strength we've shown in overcoming adversity, or the simple fact that we have another day to try again. Gratitude reminds us that no matter how difficult life may be, there is always something worth appreciating. Gratitude also plays a key role in building resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, and it is an essential component of long-term happiness. When we practice gratitude, we strengthen our ability to cope with life's challenges. Gratitude helps us to stay grounded and focused on what matters most, even when we're facing setbacks or obstacles. It allows us to maintain a positive outlook, which in turn helps us to stay motivated and hopeful, even in the face of adversity. By incorporating gratitude into our daily lives, we are better able to weather life's storms and come out stronger on the other side. Another important aspect of gratitude is its ability to improve our relationships. When we express gratitude toward others, we create a sense of connection and appreciation that strengthens our bonds. Whether it's thanking a friend for their support, acknowledging a colleague for their hard work, or showing appreciation for our family members, expressing gratitude fosters a sense of mutual respect and care. Gratitude helps us to focus on the positive qualities of the people in our lives, rather than dwelling on their flaws or shortcomings. This positive outlook fosters deeper, more meaningful relationships, which are a key source of happiness and fulfillment. It's also worth noting that gratitude can improve our physical health. Research has shown that people who practice gratitude regularly experience lower levels of stress, improved immune function, and better cardiovascular health. Gratitude helps to reduce negative emotions such as anger, resentment, and frustration, which can contribute to physical health problems. By focusing on the positive and cultivating an attitude of thankfulness, we can improve both our mental and physical well-being. Gratitude is not just a mental practice, it has tangible benefits for our bodies as well. In conclusion, gratitude is one of the most powerful tools for creating lasting happiness, especially in difficult situations. By shifting our focus from what we lack to what we have, we change our perspective and open ourselves up to a deeper sense of contentment and peace. Gratitude allows us to find meaning in hardship, reframe our challenges, and cultivate resilience. It helps us appreciate the good things in our lives, improve our relationships, and enhance our overall well-being. No matter what difficulties you may face, remember that there is always something to be grateful for. By practicing gratitude, you can transform your mindset, shift your energy, and create a life filled with joy, even in the toughest of times. Chapter 4. Building Resilience to Overcome Life's Challenges. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, to stay strong in the face of challenges, and to emerge from difficult circumstances stronger and wiser. It's one of the most important qualities you can develop on your journey to happiness, especially when life throws obstacles in your path. Life will inevitably present hardships, whether it's personal loss, a career setback, a health issue, or a global crisis. And how we respond to these difficulties determines our ability to maintain our peace, happiness, and well-being. Building resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain or suffering. Rather, it means learning how to cope with and grow from these experiences, transforming them into opportunities for strength, growth, and transformation. At its core, resilience is about mindset. It's the belief that challenges are not insurmountable obstacles, but temporary situations that can be overcome. Resilient individuals understand that setbacks are a part of life, and rather than seeing them as failures, they view them as opportunities to learn and grow. When faced with adversity, they don't give up or lose hope. Instead, they ask themselves, "What can I learn from this? How can I move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time?" This mindset of persistence and adaptability is what allows resilient people to face difficulties with courage and determination. Building resilience begins with understanding that it's okay to feel vulnerable and experience pain. Emotions like sadness, anger, frustration, and fear are natural reactions to difficult situations. Resilience doesn't mean suppressing these feelings. It means acknowledging them and allowing yourself to process them in a healthy way. When we try to avoid or ignore our emotions, they only grow stronger and more difficult to manage. On the other hand, when we allow ourselves to feel and express our emotions, we give ourselves permission to heal. This acceptance of our vulnerability is the first step in building resilience. It's about being kind to ourselves in times of struggle, recognizing that it's okay not to be okay sometimes. Another key aspect of resilience is the ability to reframe negative experiences. Reframing is the practice of looking at a difficult situation from a different perspective, one that focuses on the opportunities for growth, learning, and personal development that can come from it. For example, if you lose your job, it might initially feel like a devastating setback. However, by reframing the situation, you can begin to see it as an opportunity to explore new career paths, develop new skills, or even pursue a long-held dream that you never had the chance to follow before. Reframing allows you to shift your focus from the negative aspects of the situation to the positive possibilities it presents. This shift in perspective helps to reduce the feelings of helplessness and hopelessness that can arise during difficult times, empowering you to take proactive steps forward. A major component of resilience is the ability to maintain hope and optimism even in the face of adversity. Resilient individuals are able to look beyond the current pain and imagine a future in which they have overcome the challenge and grown stronger as a result. This optimism doesn't mean ignoring the reality of the situation or pretending that everything will work out perfectly. Instead, it's about maintaining the belief that no matter how difficult things are right now, they will eventually improve. Maintaining hope helps us stay motivated and focused on the future, even when the present moment feels overwhelming. It reminds us that challenges are temporary and that we have the strength to overcome them. One of the most important traits of resilient people is their ability to adapt to change. Life is unpredictable, and things don't always go as planned. Resilient individuals are able to accept the changes that come their way and adjust their expectations and actions accordingly. Rather than resisting change or clinging to old ways of doing things, they embrace new possibilities and adjust their strategies to fit the situation. This adaptability allows them to move forward with confidence, even when the path ahead is uncertain. It also helps them remain flexible and open to new opportunities that may arise from unexpected changes. Another critical factor in building resilience is developing a strong support system. Resilient people don't go through difficult times alone. They lean on their friends, family, mentors, and colleagues for support, guidance, and encouragement. Having a strong support system provides a sense of connection and reassurance, reminding us that we are not alone in our struggles. It also helps us gain perspective on our challenges, as others can offer insights and advice that we may not have considered on our own. Resilience doesn't mean facing challenges in isolation. It means knowing when to ask for help and being willing to receive support from others. Self-care also plays a crucial role in building resilience. When we are physically, mentally, and emotionally healthy, we are better equipped to handle stress and adversity. Taking care of ourselves through regular exercise, healthy eating, sleep, relaxation, and mindfulness practices provides the foundation for resilience. Self-care helps us recharge, replenish our energy, and stay balanced, so that when life's challenges arise, we can face them with strength and clarity. It's important to remember that resilience is not just about mental toughness. It's also about taking care of our bodies and minds so that we are ready to face whatever comes our way. Resilience is also about learning from past experiences. Every challenge we face offers us valuable lessons that can help us navigate future difficulties. When we look back on past struggles, we can identify the strategies, coping mechanisms, and insights that helped us get through them. We can also recognize the strengths we developed and the growth we achieved. By reflecting on our past experiences, we gain a greater understanding of our own resilience and become better equipped to handle future challenges. This self-awareness is key to building resilience, as it helps us recognize our own capabilities and inner strength. Building resilience is a lifelong process, one that requires patience, practice, and persistence. It's not something that happens overnight, but rather something that develops over time as we face and overcome life's challenges. Each experience of adversity, no matter how difficult, contributes to our overall resilience, helping us become stronger, more adaptable, and more capable of handling whatever comes our way. With time, we learn to trust ourselves, believe in our ability to overcome obstacles, and face life with courage and confidence. In conclusion, resilience is a critical quality for maintaining happiness, especially during difficult times. It's not about avoiding pain or challenges. It's about learning how to face them with strength, optimism, and adaptability. By building resilience, we can transform adversity into an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. We can learn to embrace change, accept help from others, and take care of ourselves physically and mentally. Resilience empowers us to navigate life's challenges with grace and confidence, knowing that no matter what we face, we have the inner strength to overcome it and come out stronger on the other side. Chapter 5. The Importance of Self-Care. Self-care is often viewed as a luxury, something that we indulge in when we have the time or when life isn't so demanding. However, self-care is far from a mere indulgence. It is a necessity for maintaining mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In the hustle and bustle of everyday life, it's easy to put our needs on the back burner, prioritizing work, relationships, and other responsibilities over ourselves. However, neglecting self-care can lead to burnout, increased stress, and a decline in overall happiness. In order to be the best version of ourselves and show up fully for others, we must first take care of ourselves. Self-care is not selfish. It is a fundamental practice that allows us to live our lives with greater balance, resilience, and joy. The first step in prioritizing self-care is understanding its importance. Many people believe that taking time for themselves is a sign of weakness or selfishness, especially in a world that often glorifies constant productivity. However, self-care is the foundation for achieving lasting happiness and well-being. Just as a car needs regular maintenance to run smoothly, our bodies and minds require care and attention to function at their best. Without proper self-care, we run the risk of depleting our energy, neglecting our emotional health, and losing touch with what truly matters to us. By taking care of ourselves, we replenish our energy and resources, making it easier to tackle challenges, pursue our goals, and support those around us. Self-care encompasses many aspects of our lives, including our physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. Each of these areas is interconnected, and neglecting one can affect the others. For example, when we're physically exhausted or unwell, it becomes harder to manage stress or maintain a positive outlook. Similarly, if we neglect our emotional needs by ignoring our feelings or avoiding self-reflection, we can become overwhelmed by stress, anxiety, and negativity. True self-care requires us to address all aspects of our well-being, ensuring that we are nurturing ourselves in a holistic way. Physical self-care is perhaps the most commonly recognized form of self-care. Our bodies are our vehicles for experiencing the world, and taking care of them is essential for maintaining overall health and happiness. Physical self-care includes activities like exercise, eating a balanced diet, getting enough sleep, and staying hydrated. Regular physical activity is particularly important as it helps reduce stress, boost mood, and increase energy levels. It doesn't have to be intense exercise. Even something as simple as a daily walk, yoga, or stretching can have profound benefits for our mental and physical well-being. Eating nutritious meals, rich in vitamins and minerals, also plays a crucial role in maintaining a balanced mood and high energy levels. When we take care of our bodies, we feel more vibrant, alert, and capable of handling the challenges life throws our way. Sleep is another critical component of physical self-care. In today's fast-paced world, many people underestimate the importance of quality sleep, often sacrificing it in favor of work or social obligations. However, sleep is essential for our physical and mental health. It allows our bodies to rest, recharge, and heal, while also giving our minds the opportunity to process emotions and consolidate memories. Consistently getting enough sleep improves mood, cognitive function, and overall well-being, while chronic sleep deprivation can lead to a host of physical and mental health issues. By prioritizing sleep and establishing a healthy sleep routine, we set ourselves up for success and happiness. Emotional self-care is equally important as it helps us manage our feelings, process difficult emotions, and maintain a positive mental state. This aspect of self-care involves practices that promote emotional awareness, healing, and expression. Journaling is one of the most effective tools for emotional self-care, as it allows us to reflect on our thoughts, feelings, and experiences in a safe and private space. Writing about our emotions can help us process them, gain clarity, and release pent-up stress or frustration. Another important aspect of emotional self-care is setting boundaries. Learning to say no to people or situations that drain our energy is essential for maintaining emotional well-being. By protecting our emotional space and energy, we ensure that we have the resources to take care of ourselves and show up for others in a healthy way. Mindful practices such as meditation, deep breathing exercises, and mindfulness are also powerful tools for emotional self-care. These practices help us to stay grounded in the present moment, reduce stress, and cultivate a sense of inner peace. Mindfulness involves paying attention to our thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing us to gain a greater understanding of our emotional states. Meditation, on the other hand, provides an opportunity to quiet the mind, relax the body, and reconnect with ourselves on a deeper level. These practices can be incredibly helpful in managing stress, improving mental clarity, and fostering emotional resilience. Even just a few minutes of meditation each day can make a big difference in how we feel and respond to challenges. Mental self-care involves activities that nourish and stimulate our minds, helping us to stay sharp, focused, and positive. This aspect of self-care includes things like reading, learning new skills, engaging in creative activities, and challenging our minds with puzzles or thought-provoking questions. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities promotes cognitive health and enhances our sense of fulfillment. It also helps us stay connected to our passions and interests, which in turn boosts our overall happiness. Taking time to engage in hobbies or activities that bring us joy and satisfaction is an important part of mental self-care. These activities allow us to recharge, express ourselves creatively, and reconnect with our sense of purpose. Spiritual self-care is about nurturing our inner selves, our connection to something greater than ourselves. This may involve practices such as prayer, meditation, spending time in nature, or engaging in activities that align with our personal values and beliefs. Spiritual self-care helps us to cultivate a sense of inner peace, purpose, and meaning. It provides a foundation of strength and resilience that allows us to face life's challenges with grace and hope. Whether through formal religious practices or simply spending time in reflection, spiritual self-care helps us to stay grounded and connected to our deeper sense of self. Finally, self-care is not just about individual practices. It also involves creating a life that supports our well-being. This includes surrounding ourselves with positive, supportive people, engaging in activities that bring us joy, and creating an environment that promotes relaxation and peace. Decluttering our living space, setting aside time for rest, and engaging in social activities that nourish our souls all contribute to our overall sense of well-being. By creating a life that aligns with our needs and values, we make self-care a natural part of our everyday existence. In conclusion, self-care is a vital practice that allows us to maintain balance, resilience, and happiness. By taking care of ourselves physically, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, we are better equipped to handle life's challenges and pursue our goals with energy and focus. Self-care is not selfish. It is a necessary act of self-love and self-respect that enables us to be the best version of ourselves. It's time to prioritize self-care, not as an occasional luxury, but as an essential part of our daily lives. By doing so, we create a solid foundation for long-term happiness, fulfillment, and well-being. Chapter 6. The Role of Relationships in Happiness. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and the relationships we form with others play a crucial role in shaping our happiness and well-being. From family and friends to romantic partners and colleagues, the connections we have with others can either uplift us or drain us. Positive, supportive relationships are one of the greatest sources of happiness and fulfillment, while toxic, negative relationships can lead to stress, frustration, and unhappiness. The role of relationships in our lives cannot be overstated. They are integral to our sense of belonging, our emotional health, and our overall happiness. As we explore the role of relationships in happiness, it's essential to understand that not all relationships are created equal. The quality, rather than the quantity of our relationships, has the most significant impact on our happiness. At the core of fulfilling relationships is mutual respect, trust, and support. When we feel valued, understood, and appreciated by others, we experience a deep sense of connection and security. These positive relationships contribute to our emotional health by providing a safe space where we can express ourselves authentically and receive comfort, encouragement, and care in return. The simple act of being heard and understood by someone we trust can be incredibly comforting, helping to alleviate stress, reduce feelings of loneliness, and promote a sense of well-being. A strong support system, whether in the form of family, friends, or mentors, helps us navigate life's challenges with greater ease, as we know that we are not alone in facing them. When we share our joys and sorrows with others, we deepen our emotional connections, fostering a sense of belonging that is essential for long-term happiness. Moreover, meaningful relationships provide us with opportunities for personal growth and self-discovery. Through our interactions with others, we learn more about ourselves, our values, and our needs. Healthy relationships challenge us to become better versions of ourselves by encouraging us to be compassionate, empathetic, and understanding. They also help us develop important life skills such as communication, conflict resolution, and emotional regulation. The support and feedback we receive from others enable us to build confidence, boost our self-esteem, and feel more secure in who we are. When we surround ourselves with people who lift us up and believe in our potential, we are more likely to reach our goals and live fulfilling lives. These relationships help us to see our worth and value, which enhances our overall sense of happiness. In contrast, unhealthy or toxic relationships can have a profound negative impact on our happiness. Toxic relationships are characterized by manipulation, criticism, control, or disrespect. These types of relationships can erode our self-esteem, increase feelings of anxiety and stress, and diminish our overall sense of happiness. When we are constantly surrounded by negativity, judgment, or emotional drain, it becomes difficult to maintain a positive mindset or focus on our well-being. Toxic relationships often create an environment of uncertainty and fear, leaving us feeling unsupported, unloved, and misunderstood. Over time, the emotional toll of these relationships can lead to feelings of isolation, depression, and burnout. Therefore, it's important to identify and address toxic relationships in our lives, setting healthy boundaries, or even walking away when necessary. Protecting our emotional health should always be a priority, and we must be willing to distance ourselves from people who undermine our happiness and well-being. A key aspect of fostering healthy, positive relationships is effective communication. Open, honest, and compassionate communication is essential for maintaining strong connections with others. When we communicate clearly and listen actively, we build trust and understanding, allowing our relationships to flourish. Effective communication helps prevent misunderstandings, resolve conflicts, and deepen emotional bonds. It also enables us to express our needs, desires, and boundaries in a respectful and constructive way. Practicing active listening, being fully present and engaged when someone is speaking, shows the other person that we value their perspective and care about their feelings. This simple but powerful act of listening fosters mutual respect and strengthens relationships. In addition to communication, the quality of time spent with others is also important. It's not just about how many relationships we have, but the depth and authenticity of those relationships. Spending quality time with the people who matter most in our lives strengthens our connection and deepens our emotional bond. Whether it's through shared experiences, meaningful conversations, or simple acts of kindness, these moments of connection are the foundation of happiness in relationships. Prioritizing quality time allows us to nurture relationships and create lasting memories that contribute to our sense of joy and fulfillment. These moments remind us that life's most meaningful experiences often come from the connections we share with others. Another important element in cultivating positive relationships is practicing empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another person. It involves putting ourselves in someone else's shoes, recognizing their emotions, and offering support and comfort. Practicing empathy not only strengthens our relationships, but also fosters a greater sense of compassion and kindness in the world. By showing empathy, we validate the emotions of others, helping them feel seen and understood. This, in turn, creates a stronger bond between us and the people we care about. Empathy also helps us navigate conflicts in relationships with greater ease, as it enables us to approach challenges with patience, understanding, and a desire for resolution. While our close relationships, such as those with family, friends, and romantic partners, are crucial to our happiness, it's also important to recognize the value of social connections in a broader sense. Community and social engagement play a significant role in our well-being. Being part of a community provides us with a sense of belonging, purpose, and connection to something larger than ourselves. Whether through volunteering, participating in group activities, or simply engaging with others in social settings, these connections help us feel supported and connected. Social interaction has been shown to improve mood, reduce feelings of loneliness, and enhance overall life satisfaction. We all need a sense of community, and cultivating a strong social network is essential for fostering happiness and emotional well-being. In addition, we must also acknowledge the importance of self-love in the context of relationships. Before we can form healthy, loving relationships with others, we must first cultivate a healthy, loving relationship with ourselves. Self-love involves recognizing our worth, treating ourselves with kindness and respect, and setting boundaries that protect our emotional well-being. When we practice self-love, we become more resilient in our relationships, as we are less likely to tolerate disrespect or mistreatment. We also become better equipped to give and receive love in a balanced and fulfilling way. Self-love is the foundation upon which all other relationships are built, and it allows us to engage with others from a place of strength, compassion, and authenticity. In conclusion, relationships are a fundamental aspect of our happiness. Positive, supportive relationships provide us with the love, connection, and understanding we need to thrive. They offer opportunities for personal growth, emotional healing, and self-discovery. In contrast, toxic relationships can undermine our well-being and diminish our happiness. By cultivating healthy communication, empathy, and quality time with the people who matter most, we can build strong, meaningful relationships that contribute to our overall sense of fulfillment and joy. Additionally, by practicing self-love and engaging in social connections, we create a solid foundation for happiness that extends beyond our individual relationships. Ultimately, the quality of our relationships has a profound impact on our happiness, and by nurturing these connections, we enrich our lives and the lives of those around us. Chapter 7. Managing Stress and Anxiety. Stress and anxiety are natural responses to the pressures and challenges of life, but when left unchecked, they can have a significant negative impact on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. In today's fast-paced world, it's common to feel overwhelmed by the demands of work, family, relationships, and personal expectations. While stress is an inevitable part of life, learning how to manage it effectively is crucial for maintaining our happiness and overall health. Stress and anxiety are not only emotionally taxing, but can also lead to physical symptoms such as headaches, sleep disturbances, fatigue, and even chronic illnesses. Therefore, it is essential to develop strategies and tools that can help us reduce stress, manage anxiety, and restore balance to our lives. In this chapter, we will explore practical techniques for managing stress and anxiety, along with tips on how to create a life that supports long-term emotional well-being. The first step in managing stress and anxiety is recognizing that they are normal and natural responses to life's challenges. In fact, stress can be helpful in certain situations, as it prepares our bodies to respond to danger or urgent tasks. It is when stress becomes chronic or overwhelming that it becomes detrimental to our health. Acknowledging the presence of stress and anxiety is an essential part of managing them. Rather than ignoring or suppressing these emotions, it's important to accept them and understand that they are temporary states that can be managed. Once we recognize that stress and anxiety are natural parts of life, we can begin to address them in a healthy and constructive way. One of the most effective ways to manage stress and anxiety is through relaxation techniques. Relaxation exercises help to activate the body's relaxation response, which counteracts the physical effects of stress. One of the most widely used techniques for reducing stress is deep breathing. Deep breathing involves taking slow, deep breaths to calm the nervous system and relax the body. By focusing on your breath and inhaling deeply through your nose, holding for a few seconds, and then exhaling slowly through your mouth, you can immediately reduce feelings of tension and anxiety. Deep breathing helps lower heart rate, reduce muscle tension, and promote a sense of calm. Practicing deep breathing for just a few minutes each day can significantly lower stress levels and improve overall mental clarity. Another effective relaxation technique is progressive muscle relaxation, PMR, which involves systematically tensing and relaxing different muscle groups throughout the body. PMR helps to release physical tension that often accompanies stress and anxiety. By focusing on each muscle group and intentionally relaxing it after tensing, you can promote a deep sense of physical and mental relaxation. PMR is particularly helpful for people who experience physical symptoms of stress, such as tight shoulders, clenched jaws, or headaches. Like deep breathing, progressive muscle relaxation can be practiced daily to reduce stress and enhance emotional well-being. Mindfulness is another powerful tool for managing stress and anxiety. Mindfulness involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When we are mindful, we become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and bodily sensations, allowing us to observe them without becoming overwhelmed by them. Mindfulness helps us to break free from the cycle of worrying about the future or ruminating on the past, which often fuels anxiety. By focusing on the present moment, we can create space between ourselves and our stressful thoughts, allowing us to respond with greater clarity and calm. Mindfulness can be practiced in many forms, including meditation, yoga, and simply being present in everyday activities such as walking or eating. By incorporating mindfulness into our daily routine, we can reduce anxiety and increase our overall sense of peace and well-being. Physical activity is also an important tool for managing stress and anxiety. Exercise is a natural stress reliever that helps to reduce levels of the stress hormone cortisol while increasing the production of endorphins, the body's natural feel-good chemicals. Regular physical activity, whether it's walking, running, swimming, or practicing yoga, can improve mood, increase energy levels, and reduce feelings of anxiety. Exercise helps to release built-up tension and provides an opportunity to clear the mind and focus on something positive. Engaging in regular physical activity not only helps to manage stress in the short term, but also contributes to long-term emotional well-being by boosting resilience and emotional regulation. In addition to relaxation techniques and exercise, managing stress and anxiety requires creating a lifestyle that supports emotional health. One of the most important aspects of stress management is getting enough rest and sleep. Sleep is essential for both physical and mental recovery. Chronic sleep deprivation can exacerbate stress and anxiety, making it harder to cope with life's challenges. Creating a consistent sleep routine, limiting caffeine and screen time before bed, and creating a relaxing sleep environment can help improve the quality and quantity of sleep. By prioritizing rest and making sleep a top priority, we can recharge our bodies and minds, enabling us to handle stress more effectively. Time management is another key component of stress reduction. When we feel overwhelmed by the demands of daily life, it's easy to become stressed and anxious. However, by organizing our time and setting priorities, we can reduce feelings of overwhelm. Creating a daily schedule or to-do list can help us break down tasks into manageable steps and stay focused on what needs to be done. Time management also involves learning to say no when necessary and setting boundaries to avoid overcommitting ourselves. By being mindful of how we allocate our time and energy, we can reduce stress and create more space for relaxation and enjoyment. Social support is another essential factor in managing stress and anxiety. When we're feeling stressed, it can be helpful to talk to someone we trust, whether it's a friend, family member, or therapist. Sharing our thoughts and feelings with others can help us gain perspective, receive emotional support, and feel less isolated. Social connections provide us with a sense of belonging and reassurance, which is essential for emotional well-being. Building and maintaining supportive relationships helps to buffer against the negative effects of stress, providing us with a source of strength during challenging times. Finally, it's important to cultivate a mindset that embraces self-compassion. Often when we're feeling stressed or anxious, we are quick to criticize ourselves for not being able to handle everything perfectly. However, practicing self-compassion involves treating ourselves with the same kindness and understanding that we would offer to a close friend. When we are gentle with ourselves during difficult times, we reduce the pressure and judgment we place on our own shoulders. Self-compassion helps us to acknowledge our struggles without becoming overwhelmed by them, allowing us to move through stressful situations with greater ease and understanding. In conclusion, stress and anxiety are inevitable parts of life, but they do not have to control our happiness or well-being. By incorporating relaxation techniques, mindfulness, physical activity, time management, and social support into our daily lives, we can reduce the negative impact of stress and anxiety. Creating a lifestyle that prioritizes self-care, rest, and emotional health is essential for maintaining balance and resilience in the face of life's challenges. Managing stress and anxiety is not about eliminating them entirely, but learning how to cope with them in a healthy and constructive way. By taking proactive steps to manage stress, we can cultivate greater peace, happiness, and emotional well-being, even in the midst of life's inevitable ups and downs. Chapter 8. Pursuing Your Passions. Pursuing your passions is one of the most fulfilling and meaningful ways to lead a happy life. Yet, many people find themselves caught up in the demands of daily life, constantly juggling responsibilities and often putting their own desires and interests on the back burner. When we neglect our passions, we rob ourselves of the joy, purpose, and fulfillment that comes from doing what we love. Passion is the driving force that keeps us motivated, inspired, and excited about life. It fuels our creativity, boosts our confidence, and gives us a sense of direction and purpose. Whether it's a career, a hobby, or a cause, pursuing what truly lights us up can have a profound impact on our happiness and overall well-being. The first step in pursuing your passions is recognizing what truly excites and energizes you. Many people go through life without ever taking the time to reflect on what they truly love. It's easy to get caught up in the expectations of others, the pressures of society, or the demands of daily life, and forget what makes us feel alive. To reconnect with your passions, take some time to reflect on the activities that bring you joy. Think back to moments in your life when you felt truly engaged, energized, and at peace. What were you doing during those times? What activities made you lose track of time? These moments are often the key to unlocking your true passions. Once you have identified your passions, it's important to make time for them in your daily life. In the busyness of modern life, it's easy to convince ourselves that we don't have the time or energy to pursue what we love. However, the truth is that we make time for what matters most to us. By prioritizing your passions, you send a message to yourself that your happiness and fulfillment are important. This doesn't mean abandoning your responsibilities or neglecting other areas of your life, but rather finding ways to integrate your passions into your daily routine. Whether it's setting aside time each day to engage in a hobby, taking a class to develop a skill, or pursuing a career that aligns with your values, making time for your passions will bring more joy and fulfillment into your life. In many cases, pursuing your passions requires stepping out of your comfort zone and taking risks. It's natural to feel fear or self-doubt when we think about following our dreams, especially if they seem daunting or unrealistic. But it's important to remember that growth comes from pushing beyond our comfort zones. The most fulfilling and rewarding experiences often lie just outside of our familiar routines. When we take risks and embrace uncertainty, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, new experiences, and new opportunities for growth. Whether it's starting a new project, changing careers, or simply trying something new, taking the leap to pursue what excites you is a powerful way to cultivate happiness and personal growth. Pursuing your passions also involves overcoming obstacles and setbacks. The road to living a passionate and fulfilling life is not always smooth. There will be challenges along the way, whether it's a lack of time, resources, or support, or feelings of doubt and insecurity. However, it's important to remember that obstacles are a natural part of the process. They do not define your ability to succeed or your worth as a person. Resilience is key when pursuing your passions. When faced with challenges, rather than giving up, take the time to reassess your approach, learn from the experience, and find creative solutions to move forward. The more you persevere in the face of adversity, the more you will grow and learn about yourself, and the more rewarding the journey will become. One of the most powerful aspects of pursuing your passions is that it brings a sense of purpose and meaning to your life. We all need a sense of purpose to feel fulfilled and motivated, and our passions provide that sense of direction. When we're aligned with what we love, we feel more connected to ourselves and the world around us. Our passions give us something to strive for, something to look forward to, and something that makes us feel like we are making a difference, whether it's in our own lives or the lives of others. Purpose-driven activities create a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that transcends material success. When we pursue our passions, we are tapping into our deeper sense of purpose and living in alignment with our values. Additionally, pursuing your passions helps to foster creativity and personal expression. When we engage in activities that inspire us, we tap into a well of creativity that enhances other areas of our lives. Creativity doesn't have to be limited to artistic endeavors. It can manifest in problem-solving, innovation, and new ways of thinking. Whether you are an artist, a writer, an entrepreneur, or someone who simply loves learning new things, engaging with your passions encourages you to think outside the box, take risks, and express yourself in ways that are unique to you. This creative energy not only enriches your life, but also contributes to the growth and development of the people around you. Moreover, pursuing your passions can also lead to stronger connections with others. When we engage in activities that bring us joy, we often attract like-minded individuals who share similar interests and values. This creates opportunities for building meaningful relationships based on shared passions and common goals. Being part of a community that shares your passions can provide support, encouragement, and inspiration, and it helps foster a sense of belonging. Whether it's joining a group, a class, or a social circle centered around your interests, connecting with others who share your passions can enhance your happiness and sense of fulfillment. The benefits of pursuing your passions extend beyond your personal happiness. They can also positively impact those around you. When you are truly passionate about something, your enthusiasm and energy are contagious. By pursuing your passions, you not only enrich your own life, but also inspire others to do the same. Your example may encourage someone else to step outside their comfort zone, follow their dreams, and pursue what excites them. This ripple effect can create a positive cycle of inspiration, motivation, and growth that benefits everyone involved. Finally, pursuing your passions helps you live a more authentic and fulfilling life. Too often, people find themselves living according to the expectations of others, whether it's family, society, or their own internalized beliefs about success. When you follow your passions, you break free from these external pressures and create a life that is true to who you are. You begin to live with greater intention, authenticity, and joy. By aligning your life with what you love, you create a sense of harmony and balance that leads to a more fulfilling and satisfying existence. In conclusion, pursuing your passions is one of the most powerful ways to create a life that is rich with meaning, joy, and fulfillment. By identifying what excites and energizes you, making time for your passions, and overcoming obstacles along the way, you can cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and happiness. Your passions provide you with direction, creativity, personal growth, and a sense of connection to yourself and others. The journey may not always be easy, but the rewards of pursuing what you love are immeasurable. When you make your passions a priority, you unlock the potential for a life that is truly worth living, filled with joy, creativity, and fulfillment. Chapter 9. Finding Purpose and Meaning in Life. Purpose and meaning are at the heart of human happiness. They are what give our lives direction, shape, and fulfillment. Without purpose, life can feel aimless, and without meaning, our efforts can seem insignificant. It's easy to get caught up in the routine of daily life, focusing on the immediate demands of work, family, and personal responsibilities. But without a deeper sense of purpose, we may find ourselves feeling unfulfilled or disconnected from what truly matters. Finding your purpose is not only about career or material success. It's about aligning with something that resonates with your deepest values, passions, and beliefs. It's about identifying what makes your life meaningful and how you can contribute to the world in a way that reflects your unique talents, gifts, and perspective. In this chapter, we will explore the importance of purpose, how to discover it, and how to live a life full of meaning, even in the face of adversity. Purpose is often described as a driving force that motivates us to get out of bed in the morning. It's the internal compass that guides us toward what is most important and meaningful to us. When we have a clear sense of purpose, we feel more connected to ourselves and to the world around us. We feel that our actions matter, that we are contributing to something greater than ourselves, and that our lives have significance. Purpose gives us the strength to endure hardships, face challenges with resilience, and keep going when things get tough. It provides us with a sense of direction and helps us stay focused on what truly matters. The pursuit of purpose is what makes life worth living. It adds depth, joy, and a sense of accomplishment to our everyday experiences. Finding purpose is not always an easy task. For many people, it involves a process of self-reflection, exploration, and trial and error. Purpose is not something that is handed to us. It's something we uncover by looking inward, understanding our values, and exploring the things that bring us joy, fulfillment, and passion. The first step in finding your purpose is understanding who you are and what you stand for. This involves exploring your core values. What principles are most important to you? What are the things that you can't live without, that you believe in with all your heart? Values such as honesty, kindness, creativity, and freedom are often at the core of what gives our lives purpose. When we live in alignment with our values, we feel more authentic, satisfied, and at peace. Another key aspect of discovering your purpose is identifying your passions and strengths. What activities make you feel alive and energized? What are the things that you naturally excel at that bring you joy and fulfillment? These are often the clues to finding your purpose. Passion is the spark that drives us to pursue something with enthusiasm and dedication, while our strengths are the tools that allow us to succeed in those pursuits. By identifying the intersection between what you love and what you're good at, you can begin to uncover a sense of purpose that aligns with both your heart and your abilities. For some people, purpose comes from a desire to help others or make a positive impact on the world. This is often referred to as a sense of contribution or service. When we feel that we are making a difference in the lives of others, we experience a profound sense of satisfaction and meaning. This can come in many forms, whether it's through a career that helps others, volunteering, mentoring, or simply being a kind and supportive friend or family member. Contributing to the well-being of others allows us to feel that our lives matter and that we are part of something bigger than ourselves. The act of helping others can also increase our own sense of happiness, as research has shown that people who engage in acts of kindness and service experience greater feelings of well-being and fulfillment. Living with purpose also involves setting meaningful goals that are aligned with your values and passions. Goals give us something to strive for, a roadmap to follow on our journey toward fulfillment. However, the key is to set goals that are personally meaningful, not just goals that are externally imposed by society or the expectations of others. These goals should reflect what truly matters to you, not what others think you should achieve. Whether it's building a career, creating art, raising a family, or making a positive impact in your community, your goals should reflect your personal vision for your life. When your goals align with your purpose, they become a source of motivation, satisfaction, and fulfillment. It's also important to recognize that purpose is not always fixed. It can evolve over time as we grow and change. What felt purposeful in one stage of life may no longer resonate with us as we move into new chapters of our lives. Life experiences, relationships, and personal growth can all shift our understanding of what is truly meaningful. It's okay for your purpose to evolve as you do. It's a natural part of the journey. This means that discovering your purpose is not a one-time event, but a continuous process of exploration, growth, and self-discovery. It's about staying open to new possibilities and being willing to re-evaluate your goals and values as life unfolds. One of the most powerful ways to live a life of purpose is to live authentically. Authenticity is about being true to yourself, expressing your true thoughts, feelings, and desires, and living in alignment with your values. When we live authentically, we feel more connected to ourselves and to others. We no longer feel the need to pretend or conform to societal expectations. Living authentically allows us to create a life that is deeply meaningful and aligned with our true purpose. It involves making decisions that are consistent with our inner truth, even if those decisions are not always popular or easy. Authenticity leads to greater happiness, fulfillment, and a sense of inner peace because it allows us to be at peace with who we are. In addition, living a purposeful life involves embracing challenges and setbacks as part of the process. Life will inevitably present obstacles, but these challenges can often serve as catalysts for growth and transformation. When we face adversity with resilience and determination, we strengthen our sense of purpose and deepen our understanding of what truly matters. Every challenge we overcome brings us closer to our true selves and to the life we want to live. Purpose is not about avoiding hardship. It's about learning to navigate it with grace, strength, and an unwavering commitment to our goals and values. Finally, purpose is not solely about achieving personal success or fulfillment. It is also about contributing to the collective good and making a positive impact in the world. Whether through small acts of kindness or larger contributions to society, living with purpose involves recognizing that our actions have the potential to create a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves. When we contribute to the well-being of others and work toward the greater good, we experience a sense of fulfillment that transcends personal achievement. In conclusion, finding purpose and meaning in life is a crucial component of happiness. Purpose provides direction, motivation, and fulfillment, and it is deeply connected to our values, passions, and strengths. Discovering your purpose involves introspection, self-reflection, and the willingness to explore what truly matters to you. It also involves setting meaningful goals, living authentically, and embracing challenges as opportunities for growth. A life lived with purpose is a life that is rich with meaning, joy, and fulfillment, and it is the key to creating a life that feels truly worthwhile. Chapter 10. Living in the present moment. In a world that is constantly moving and filled with distractions, it's easy to get caught up in the past or future, often neglecting the beauty and peace that exist in the present moment. We spend so much time reminiscing about what has already happened or worrying about what might happen that we forget to truly experience the now. Yet, the present moment is where life actually happens. It's where we find joy, peace, and meaning. Living in the present moment, practicing mindfulness, is one of the most effective ways to enhance our happiness, reduce stress, and cultivate a deeper sense of connection to ourselves and the world around us. At its core, living in the present moment means being fully engaged in whatever you're doing right now, without being distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. It's about focusing your attention on the here and now, accepting it as it is, and fully experiencing whatever it brings. This practice is often referred to as mindfulness, which is the art of paying attention on purpose to the present moment, without judgment. When we practice mindfulness, we allow ourselves to truly experience life, rather than simply going through the motions or being consumed by our thoughts and worries. The importance of living in the present moment lies in its ability to free us from the burdens of the past and the anxieties about the future. Often, we find ourselves caught up in memories of past mistakes, regrets, or missed opportunities. These thoughts can pull us out of the present, filling us with guilt, anger, or sorrow. Similarly, we often worry about the future, fearing what might go wrong or stressing over uncertainties. These worries prevent us from fully enjoying the moment we are in. By living in the present, we free ourselves from the weight of these negative thoughts and open ourselves up to the peace that exists in the here and now. Instead of dwelling on what was or what might be, we learn to appreciate what is right in front of us. Mindfulness also allows us to accept things as they are, without trying to change or judge them. So much of our stress comes from wanting things to be different, whether it's wanting to change something in the past or fearing an uncertain future. When we practice being present, we begin to accept things as they are, without resistance. This acceptance doesn't mean that we are passive or resigned to the status quo. Rather, it means that we stop fighting against the present moment and start to embrace it. When we stop resisting, we find peace in the present, even if the circumstances aren't ideal. This acceptance opens the door to a deeper sense of peace and allows us to approach life with more ease and grace. One of the most powerful aspects of living in the present moment is the ability to engage fully with life, experiencing each moment with all of our senses. When we are truly present, we can notice the small details, the warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of birds chirping, the taste of our food, or the feeling of connection with another person. These small moments, which often go unnoticed when we're distracted by thoughts or worries, are the essence of life. By paying attention to these details, we enrich our experience of the world and cultivate a greater sense of appreciation and gratitude for what we have. Living in the present also helps us to become more aware of our thoughts and emotions. When we are constantly lost in the past or future, we often aren't fully aware of the thoughts that dominate our minds or the emotions that arise in response to those thoughts. Mindfulness brings us into the present by helping us observe our thoughts and feelings without becoming attached to them. Instead of reacting automatically to our emotions, we learn to observe them with curiosity and without judgment. This gives us the space to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively, leading to more balanced and mindful decision-making. Moreover, living in the present moment strengthens our relationships with others. Often, when we're with someone, our minds are elsewhere, thinking about work, our to-do lists, or what happened earlier in the day. When we practice being fully present with others, we create deeper connections and build stronger relationships. By giving someone our full attention, we show them that they are valued and that we care about what they have to say. Active listening, where we focus entirely on the speaker without distractions, is a key aspect of mindfulness in relationships. Being present in conversations fosters empathy, understanding, and connection, making our relationships more meaningful and fulfilling. Another benefit of living in the present moment is its ability to reduce stress and anxiety. Stress often arises when we worry about the future or regret the past. When we're constantly thinking about what's coming next, we feel overwhelmed by the unknown. By focusing on the present moment, we learn to ground ourselves in the here and now, reducing the mental clutter that fuels stress. We stop overthinking, which is often the root cause of anxiety, and instead focus on what we can control in the present. In this way, mindfulness helps us to manage stress by reducing the mental noise that makes us feel overwhelmed. Living in the present also allows us to find joy in the small moments of everyday life. Too often, we put off happiness for some future event or accomplishment, thinking that we'll be happy when we achieve a certain goal, get a promotion, or go on vacation. But the truth is, happiness is not a destination. It's a choice we make in the present. When we fully engage with life as it is, we can find joy in the simplest things. A warm cup of coffee in the morning, a quiet moment of solitude, a heartfelt conversation with a friend, or even just the act of breathing. These small moments, when fully appreciated, add up to a life of contentment and happiness. The practice of mindfulness and living in the present moment also improves our ability to cope with challenges. Life is filled with ups and downs, and we all face difficulties from time to time. When we are able to stay grounded in the present, we are less likely to be overwhelmed by stress or worry. Instead of getting caught up in the what-ifs and letting our minds spiral into negativity, we can face challenges with a calm and centered mindset. By focusing on the present, we become more resilient and able to navigate life's challenges with clarity and strength. However, living in the present moment doesn't mean avoiding or ignoring the future. It's about striking a balance between planning for the future and being fully engaged in the now. Being mindful doesn't mean that we stop setting goals or making plans. It simply means that we approach them with intention, without allowing ourselves to get lost in worry or fear about what lies ahead. It's about finding peace and joy in the present, while still moving forward with purpose and direction. In conclusion, living in the present moment is a powerful practice that can transform our experience of life. By cultivating mindfulness, we can reduce stress, improve our relationships, increase our sense of joy, and build resilience in the face of challenges. Being present allows us to fully engage with life, appreciate its beauty, and experience a deeper sense of peace and contentment. The present moment is all we truly have, and by embracing it fully, we unlock the potential for a life that is rich, fulfilling, and filled with happiness. The more we practice being present, the more we come to realize that life is not something to be waited for. It is something to be lived, right here, right now. Chapter 11. Letting Go of Expectations. Expectations can be both a powerful motivator and a source of great frustration. We set expectations for ourselves, for others, and for the outcomes of our actions, believing that these expectations will lead to success, happiness, and fulfillment. However, when our expectations are unmet, we often find ourselves feeling disappointed, frustrated, or even angry. The gap between what we expect and what actually happens can create unnecessary stress and emotional turmoil. Learning to let go of unrealistic or rigid expectations is one of the most liberating practices for achieving inner peace, reducing anxiety, and finding true happiness. At its core, the problem with expectations lies in the way we attach our happiness to specific outcomes. We may believe that we will only be happy when we achieve a certain goal, meet a particular standard, or receive a certain level of recognition or validation. This mindset creates an emotional trap because we are constantly chasing after an ideal that may never be fully realized or that may not even bring the fulfillment we anticipate. By setting expectations, we place conditions on our happiness, making it dependent on external circumstances. As a result, we set ourselves up for disappointment when things don't go according to plan. Letting go of expectations begins with recognizing the inherent uncertainty and imperfection of life. Life is unpredictable, and we cannot control every aspect of it. We may have a vision of how we want things to unfold, but the reality is that life often has its own course. This doesn't mean that we should stop setting goals or striving for improvement, but rather that we must become more flexible and adaptable in the face of life's surprises. When we hold too tightly to rigid expectations, we miss out on the beauty of life as it unfolds organically. By releasing the need for things to be a certain way, we create space for greater acceptance, peace, and freedom. One of the key reasons we struggle with expectations is because we often believe that we know what is best for ourselves or for others. We set expectations based on our limited perspective, assuming that the way we envision things is the only right way. However, life is much more complex and dynamic than our limited views can capture. By letting go of expectations, we open ourselves up to new possibilities, opportunities, and experiences that we may not have anticipated. We begin to trust the flow of life, knowing that things may turn out better than we ever imagined, even if they don't align with our original expectations. Embracing the unknown and accepting uncertainty allows us to live more fully in the present moment and experience life without the constant pressure of trying to control the outcome. Letting go of expectations also involves releasing the pressure we place on ourselves to be perfect. Many people set unattainably high standards for themselves, believing that they must always succeed, perform at their best, or meet the expectations of others. This perfectionism can lead to burnout, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy. By learning to let go of the need for perfection, we can allow ourselves to make mistakes, learn from them, and grow without fear of failure. We begin to accept that imperfection is a natural part of life, and that it's through our mistakes and shortcomings that we often learn the most valuable lessons. When we let go of the need to be perfect, we free ourselves from the suffocating grip of unrealistic expectations and open ourselves up to a more authentic and compassionate way of living. It's also important to recognize that our expectations often stem from societal pressures and external influences. From a young age, we are taught to measure our success by certain standards: academic achievement, career progression, financial success, and social status. These external expectations can create a sense of inadequacy when we don't measure up to these ideals. However, it's crucial to ask ourselves whether these societal standards align with our true desires and values. Are we pursuing goals because they genuinely reflect our passions, or because we've been conditioned to believe that they define success? Letting go of societal expectations allows us to redefine success on our own terms and pursue a life that aligns with our authentic self. We can choose to focus on what truly matters to us, whether it's personal growth, meaningful relationships, or contributing to a cause we believe in. In relationships, letting go of expectations can be particularly transformative. Often, we set expectations for how others should behave, how they should treat us, or how they should fulfill our emotional needs. These expectations can lead to disappointment and resentment when they are not met. People are complex and imperfect, and it is unrealistic to expect them to always act in accordance with our desires. Letting go of these expectations involves accepting others as they are, without trying to change them to fit a specific mold. This doesn't mean that we should tolerate mistreatment or allow ourselves to be treated poorly. Rather, it means releasing the need for others to meet our predefined expectations and embracing the reality of who they are. By accepting others without judgment, we create space for more authentic, compassionate, and fulfilling relationships. In our careers and ambitions, letting go of expectations can also lead to greater satisfaction and happiness. Many people work tirelessly towards specific career goals, believing that achieving them will bring them happiness and fulfillment. However, when these expectations are not met, it can lead to feelings of disappointment and frustration. The key to finding happiness in our careers is not necessarily reaching a specific goal, but rather embracing the journey and the growth that comes with it. By letting go of the need for a particular outcome, we can focus on the joy and satisfaction that comes from pursuing our passions and doing meaningful work, regardless of the end result. This shift in perspective helps us enjoy the process and find fulfillment in the work itself, rather than placing our happiness solely in the achievement of a specific goal. One way to begin letting go of expectations is through mindfulness. Mindfulness helps us become more aware of our thoughts, feelings, and judgments, allowing us to recognize when we are holding on to rigid expectations. By observing our thoughts without attachment, we can let go of the need to control the outcome of situations and embrace the present moment as it is. Mindfulness encourages us to accept life's uncertainties with openness and curiosity rather than resistance. When we practice mindfulness, we become more comfortable with uncertainty and learn to trust the process of life. This helps us release the need for specific outcomes and experience greater peace and acceptance. In addition to mindfulness, practicing gratitude can also help us let go of unrealistic expectations. When we focus on what we already have and appreciate the present moment, we shift our focus away from what is lacking or what we wish were different. Gratitude helps us embrace the beauty of the here and now, freeing us from the need for external validation or specific outcomes. By cultivating a grateful mindset, we can learn to appreciate the gifts of life as they come, without constantly striving for something more. In conclusion, letting go of expectations is a powerful practice that can bring greater peace, happiness, and fulfillment into our lives. By releasing the need to control the outcome of situations, accepting life as it is, and embracing uncertainty, we free ourselves from the burden of disappointment and frustration. Letting go of expectations allows us to live more authentically, pursue our passions with joy, and create more meaningful relationships. It helps us find contentment in the present moment and fosters a deeper sense of peace and acceptance. By letting go of the need for perfection, societal approval, and specific outcomes, we open ourselves up to a life that is richer, more fulfilling, and more aligned with our true desires. Chapter 12. Celebrating Small Wins and Progress. In a world that often emphasizes big achievements and monumental milestones, it's easy to overlook the importance of small wins and progress. We tend to focus on the end goals, thinking that happiness and fulfillment are reserved for those who have reached the top, achieved greatness, or accomplished everything they set out to do. However, the truth is that happiness lies not only in grand achievements, but also in the small victories and progress we make along the way. Celebrating these small wins can have a profound impact on our motivation, self-esteem, and overall well-being. By recognizing and appreciating the small steps forward, we can create a positive feedback loop that propels us toward greater success and fulfillment. The first step in celebrating small wins is recognizing them in the first place. Often, we are so focused on what we have yet to achieve that we fail to notice the progress we have already made. Whether it's completing a small task, learning something new, or overcoming a challenge, these small victories are worth acknowledging. They are the building blocks that pave the way for larger accomplishments, and without them, the big goals would be much harder to achieve. By acknowledging even the smallest of wins, we begin to shift our focus from what we lack to what we have already accomplished. This shift in perspective helps to foster a sense of pride and satisfaction, boosting our motivation and confidence. Small wins are especially important because they provide us with immediate feedback and a sense of accomplishment. In a world where we are constantly striving for long-term goals, it can be easy to feel like our efforts are in vain when the big picture seems so distant. By celebrating small wins, we create a sense of progress that reinforces our efforts. This positive reinforcement encourages us to keep going, even when the end goal feels far off. For example, if you're working toward a long-term fitness goal, celebrating small milestones, such as completing a challenging workout or improving your stamina, can help you stay motivated and focused. These small wins serve as reminders that you're on the right path and that every step forward is a step closer to your goal. In addition to boosting motivation, celebrating small wins helps to build our self-esteem and self-worth. When we acknowledge our progress, we send a message to ourselves that we are capable, competent, and worthy of success. This positive reinforcement strengthens our belief in our abilities, making it easier to take on new challenges and tackle future goals. Conversely, when we fail to recognize our achievements, we may begin to doubt ourselves or feel inadequate. By taking the time to celebrate small wins, we create a strong foundation of self-belief that empowers us to continue growing and progressing. This, in turn, contributes to our overall happiness and sense of fulfillment. Another benefit of celebrating small wins is that it helps us maintain a sense of momentum. Progress is often a slow and steady process, and it's easy to lose motivation when we don't see immediate results. Small wins, however, provide us with the fuel to keep moving forward. Each time we reach a small milestone, we gain a sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that propels us toward the next step. This momentum is essential for making consistent progress toward our larger goals. Without it, we may become stagnant or discouraged, which can lead to a lack of motivation and a sense of frustration. By celebrating small wins, we maintain a positive cycle of achievement that keeps us moving forward with purpose and energy. Celebrating small wins also helps to reduce stress and anxiety. When we focus solely on the end goal, it's easy to become overwhelmed by the magnitude of the task at hand. The pressure to achieve something big can create feelings of stress and anxiety, especially when progress feels slow or uncertain. By shifting our focus to the small victories along the way, we break down the larger goal into manageable pieces. This makes the process feel less daunting and more achievable. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by the weight of the big picture, we can focus on what we've accomplished in the present moment, which helps to alleviate stress and create a sense of calm and satisfaction. Moreover, celebrating small wins encourages us to enjoy the journey rather than simply focusing on the destination. Often, we place all of our happiness and satisfaction in the future, believing that we will only be happy once we achieve a certain goal or milestone. This mindset can lead to frustration and disappointment, as the future is always just out of reach. By celebrating small wins, we learn to appreciate the process and enjoy the little moments of success along the way. This shift in mindset allows us to find joy in the present, rather than postponing our happiness until we reach the finish line. When we celebrate the journey, we cultivate a deeper sense of satisfaction and fulfillment, regardless of whether we have achieved our ultimate goal. Small wins also provide us with an opportunity to reflect on our growth and progress. Taking the time to recognize and celebrate what we've accomplished helps us to pause and appreciate how far we've come. This reflection allows us to gain perspective on our journey and recognize the skills, strengths, and resilience we have developed along the way. By acknowledging our progress, we can gain a deeper understanding of ourselves and our capabilities. This reflection also helps us to see the bigger picture, reminding us that every small step forward contributes to our overall growth and success. The process of celebrating small wins doesn't have to be complicated or elaborate. It can be as simple as taking a moment to acknowledge your achievement, saying "well done" to yourself, or sharing your success with others. It could involve treating yourself to something small that brings you joy, whether it's a favorite snack, a relaxing activity, or a short break. The key is to make the celebration meaningful and personal to you. It's important to savor the moment and feel the sense of accomplishment that comes with every small win. In relationships, celebrating the small wins of others is just as important as celebrating your own. When we recognize and appreciate the achievements of those around us, we strengthen our connections and build a culture of support and encouragement. Celebrating the small wins of others fosters positive energy and creates an environment where everyone feels valued and motivated. This sense of mutual celebration and support can enhance our relationships and contribute to a collective sense of happiness and fulfillment. In conclusion, celebrating small wins and progress is a powerful practice that can significantly enhance our happiness, motivation, and overall well-being. By acknowledging and appreciating the small victories along the way, We reinforce our sense of accomplishment, build self-esteem, and maintain momentum toward our larger goals. Small wins also help us reduce stress, enjoy the journey, and find joy in the present moment. Rather than waiting for the big achievements to bring us happiness, we learn to appreciate the everyday successes that make up our lives. By celebrating progress, we cultivate a positive cycle of growth, self-belief, and fulfillment that propels us toward even greater success and happiness. Conclusion. As we come to the close of this audiobook, it's important to remember that happiness isn't some far-off goal. It's a choice you make every day. The tools, strategies, and practices we've explored here are designed to empower you to take control of your happiness and well-being. From embracing the present moment to celebrating small wins, everything you need to live a fulfilling life is within your reach. Happiness isn't reserved for those who have it all. It's available to everyone right now, in this moment. It's in the small steps you take, the mindset shifts you make, and the way you choose to engage with the world. But here's the key. The journey doesn't end with knowledge. It begins with action. The insights shared in this audiobook are powerful, but they only become transformative when you begin to implement them in your life. Today is the perfect time to start. Take a moment to reflect. What one word from this book that resonates most with you? Is it resilience, gratitude, purpose, peace, happiness, or something else? That word is a reflection of your personal journey and the transformation you're about to embrace. Comment that word below. Let it be your affirmation and a reminder of the powerful change you are ready to create in your life. Then, like this video and subscribe to stay inspired and keep the momentum going. This journey is not a one-time event. It's a lifelong process of growth and self-discovery. By subscribing, you'll ensure that you continue receiving the support and guidance you need to stay on track and build the life you've always dreamed of. As you take these first steps, remember that every small action you take brings you closer to the life you deserve. The words you've chosen to comment on today are just the beginning. They serve as a reminder of your commitment to yourself and to your happiness. Your journey is uniquely yours, and by celebrating each step, no matter how small, you create a powerful cycle of progress and fulfillment. This is your moment. Go ahead and take that first step toward making these principles a part of your daily life. No matter where you are on your journey, you have the power to create a life filled with meaning, purpose, and joy. Together, we will continue to explore, grow, and celebrate each win along the way. So, what word resonates with you today? Let's take that step together, starting now.